Shalom, and welcome to another installment of Elders of GMS, giving all praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. This is going to be an open forum, dated, today's date is actually June 1st, 2013, so 6/1/13, and basically we're just going to go into a bunch of different things. I ran across this video a couple of days ago on Bubble-Eyed Blackfish, and he's supposedly, condemning the doctrine of reincarnation. He's teaching that madness that he's teaching, and he's basically saying that, GMS and other guys are basically following the old school, and we really don't have our own spirit. And basically we're just going to, dissect his that weak doctrine that he has, But before I go into that, I just want to bring up an update on the Trini situation. There was a guy in the Phoenix camp, if I'm not mistaken, and basically he bucked up against the other camp saying, why can't we forgive that brother? So basically they got with one of the brothers or one of the deacons that got in contact with myself, and I said, well, that's a no-brainer. Just kick him out the camp. Now, anybody out there in the camps out there that is going to you brothers in any of the camps saying, why can't we forgive him? The dude ain't right. Just kick him out the camp, all right? If they feel so bad about the guy, they can get with the guy, and they can send him money. If you guys, if it's 5 of y'all, 10 of y'all, get 3 or 4 jobs so you can send him all your money and keep him going, all right? Since he's asking for forgiveness, you guys forgive him, all right? The dude was a damn demon, man, or is a demon. Another thing, GMS St. Louis, we no longer recognize those guys. We no longer recognize that camp because you had one guy that committed adultery. Then the camp leader heard about it, and he said, well, that's all right. I'm going to let him stay in the camp. But we found out that the camp leader was on Facebook, And another thing, the GMS St. Louis didn't send the response to the leader didn't send a response to the test on Daniel 11 chapter. So, with all those different things, the conclusion is we do not recognize GMS St. Louis or St. Louis GMS. And I'm going to say this before we go on. More you guys in GMS are either going to get kicked out, you're going to fall out, or the Most High is going to kill you. All right?
This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 4. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Yeah. Now, you guys want to forgive this guy for the wickedness that he finally admitted. Because at first he said it was a misunderstanding. But then I said, well, look, all you brothers that been bothered by this guy through the years, come out and make your videos. So they started making their videos and telling the truth. So he had no choice but to come out and confess that he was wrong. So now he's trying to ask for forgiveness, man. Well, give me the book of Acts. I believe it's Acts the 5th chapter. The story of, because that's most likely him and his wife. Acts the 5th chapter, and we're going to start from the top. Now, I got a question. Before I read this, have the elder read this. Did Aquila or Ananias, Ananias and Sapphira, did any of them ask for forgiveness? No, they didn't even have a chance to ask for forgiveness. They got caught out there, they lied, and then they dropped dead. The man came in first, then the woman, and she had an opportunity to confess up. And then she didn't fess up, and then what did Peter say? The feet that carried your husband out coming to get your ass. And then she dropped. Now we know that Nate wasn't there because he would have ran and told the Roman authorities, yeah, Peter killing people. Peter killing people, man. That's wicked, Peter. Go ahead.
Acts 5:1. But a certain man named Ananias, which Sapphira his wife sold a possession, and kept back part of the price, his wife also being privy to it, and brought a certain...
Now, when you read the 4th chapter, what happened was they set up a commune. And the commune was that you had some people that were poor, some people that were well off, some people that were rich, and they all made an agreement to sell all they had and to bring all the monies together, and distribution was made to the saints. All right? Now, when Paul was on the scene, Paul wasn't a part of that. Paul was doing his own thing. And the apostle Paul was getting monies, and he was actually taking money for himself, and he was actually sending monies to the apostles. You know what that is? I robbed other churches in Corinthians. Yep. So we know that Trinity wasn't the apostle Paul. All right? But we believe him and his wife may be Ananias and Sapphira.
This is 2 Corinthians 11:6. But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. Have I committed an offense in abasing myself, that you might be exalted? Because I have...
Hold up. Paul was on a high level. Paul said he abased himself. He didn't have to abase himself, but he abased himself. Go ahead.
Because I have preached to you the gospel of the Most High freely. I robbed other churches, taking wages of them to do you service. And when I was present with you and wanted, I was chargeable to no man. For that which was...
Yeah, he was helping Corinth, and he was helping other Israelites there that he was over. But he abased himself. And the church of Corinth, man, I wonder who that church is today, boy. That was the hardest church that Paul had to deal with. They were completely out of order. Go ahead.
And when I was present with you and wanted, I was chargeable to no man. For that which was lacking to me, the brethren which came from Macedonia supplied.
Right. He said that which was lacking to me, the brothers from Macedonia supplied me. They pieced me off. Because you had a big problem about why we got to give you money. So Paul was basically cursing. Basically, when you read the letters written to Corinth, Paul was basically cursing out the church of Corinth. The church of Corinth, they just kept going on. They couldn't stop. They couldn't stop from going off, man. Now get me that in 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter. And start from the top.
1 Corinthians 9:1. Am I not an apostle? Am I not free? Have I not seen Yahushua our Lord? Are not ye my work in the Lord? If I be...
What did he mean by all of that? Meaning he started the thing, he taught y'all, you came up in this, you learned this information from him. That's what he's saying. So all you guys in the different states, did you just all of a sudden wake up one day and decide to put YouTube videos and go into the knowledge that you already had? Everything that you taught, you got from us, man. And this guy Trini from down in Trinidad, man, he didn't teach us. He learned from us. And then he kept in contact with one of the elder brothers up here, and he ain't one time said that he was poor, he's broke, he needed some fucking money. That was a scam, man. And for you guys to go around and say we should forgive that guy, do you know when you do wickedness, there's certain wickedness, certain sins that you can be forgiven for, man. You can go off and be forgiven for it. But when you first of all, you robbed the dude from out there in England, man. The dude was what do you call that? What's that one? Disabled. And I guess he was getting money from the government, and he even told you that he couldn't give you the money. And then you said, look, little brother, send the money and I'll pray for you, man. That's wickedness on top of wickedness, on top of wickedness, on top of overlaid with wickedness. That's right. But then you got these simple ass niggas out there in the different camps in GMS. Why can't we forgive that, brother? Like I said, all you guys that think that way, all you guys get together and just get 5 or 6 jobs and just send him whatever money he needs, man. And there's what, 3 or 4 guys that has sent us